sound now? Any chance? Possibly now? What the fuck? No, alright, there we go. That's what I thought. I don't know, this mic worked yesterday, and now it doesn't really want to work, so still a lot of kinks to work out with all this stuff. Wasn't able to really do any research as far as figuring out how to use all this stuff. Plus, I'm using the camera on the laptop instead of, I just got this as well, so I got to figure out how to make all this crap work together. But, if other people can do it, I certainly can. It can't be too hard. So the markets, holy shit, right? Interesting. Now, I have a chart published on TradingView, and I'll just throw a link out to it in a second in the chat. And people laughed at me on it. And it was kind of like a unicorn scenario. Like, what if that capitulation to like 3K wasn't actually the full capitulation, and this whole rise back to 10K is just the most massive bull trap. And there's still one gap that was never filled, and not on CME or anything like that, but beforehand, back in 2017, it gapped. I don't have the chart in front of me, but if it was, I think it was like $750-ish, somewhere in there, $600 to $700 range. There was like $100 gap. And then it just blew off, never saw it ever again. And that would be rad as all shit. People, they're like, no, there's no possible way it could ever go that fucking low. And I'm like, well, let's also look at just the fractals. Like, every time it has gone back and filled the last top. We haven't hit 1400 yet. What is this? Have you seen Switch Token? No, I don't do a shitload of research into altcoins. I really don't. I just happen to have been following Richard for, since middle of 2017, when his channel came out. Yeah. I used to go nuts on trying to figure out every single coin, and dude, there's too many. Look for ones with use cases. That would probably be your best bet. And yeah, that's not just use cases. I mean, if you want to get nuts into it, you can start learning technical analysis, and then you just look for really wrecked charts for the most part. Yeah, Debbie. Yeah, there's like 2,000, 3. I don't even know. There, the last time I checked all that shit was like 2 years ago. How many coins there actually were, and there were 1,400 or 1,500. Just gotta narrow down the ones you want to make with your profile. I kind of already made the choice on what I want the majority of my profile. It was Hex. And there was, I guess I'm kind of like a weird guy. I'm not just crypto 24/7 like a lot of people. I play the piano. I do a lot of woodworking. I made that bench. I have other pieces that I make all over the place, all over my house. And I also like mathematics. And there was this there's a visualization of a bifurcation diagram that was extrapolated for population growth, and oh man, I gotta send the links out for that video because it was really cool. And there was a point in the video that I think it was like 7 minutes in. I think it was like a 15-minute video. I watched it a few months ago. That really hit home with me that there was a correlation that I saw between population growth and basically what will become the velocity of Hex, and just kind of how those correlations, it's kind of hard to describe without the actual pattern up in front of any of you. But if any of you know what a bifurcation pattern looks like, and then if you extrapolate it out on a z-axis, not just on a two-plane axis, and yeah, anyways, so Hex did some gnarly moves, and I don't know, more rad moves to come. The trading view chart that I posted about Bitcoin now was posted. How the fuck do I do this on here on the computer profile? So if you want to check out my trading view account, copy, paste, this. Okay, so it's S-Phonic on TradingView, and I mean, I don't post a ton of charts or anything. If anything, I post a ton of charts in like the main chat, especially on Discourse. I like this. I like that app. It's definitely nice. Here is the TradingView link just to the main page, and then if you scroll down on that and just look at the last idea that I had, and it was published on April 25th. Well, first off, it was pretty rad that on December 24th I said possible upcoming short on Ethereum, but I also meant Bitcoin as well because obviously those two just correlate pretty much 100%. And it shows the most rad wick down, and I actually overdrew it, but then I circled it in a green highlighted circle right around like $600, $700, $800 right in that area as what we could do, and then basically bouncing right off of that, and within 1 year being at like just disgustingly new all-time highs on Bitcoin, that is. Yeah, and now I would say that we're all right. So I'm just watching this chart on Hex Live right now. We're probably going to see 0045 pretty soon. I'm just looking how the energy is going. But you know, when you zoom back out to like weekly charts and daily charts, like the weekly could have like another 2 weeks to pump, 13, 14 days left, and there was like a pretty rad bull pattern that I saw on EOS before, and I also saw on Bitcoin when it was at $7,000, and it's happening right now on Hex. And now, I mean, I've seen these patterns print themselves and not complete the way I want them to, obviously, because all patterns can change. It's all probability. And I really don't necessarily like what Hex is doing at the moment. It wasn't the spike up and just doing a full retracement that had me worried, because the volume was that was like, it looked like just one person buying. I didn't look at it on Etherscan yet. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna look at it on Etherscan. It didn't really matter. It happened so quick that I was just like, all right, that's just pretty much one person buying, maybe with a couple of people on the trail end of that. But and then the dump on it was almost nothing. So I'm like, okay, all right, well, that's what happens when you have massive spikes. 30% spike, like someone's gonna fucking dump. It's a new all-time high. But I thought I was gonna make this kind of weird unicorn pattern and basically just kind of go on a 45 right back to that all-time high, like 60.0065 roughly. ETH chart's doing pretty good. We just gapped straight up 26,500 Quay. But it's also gapping right over some averages that are crossing on some smaller time frames. But I've seen this pattern. I don't even know if anybody's still on this live stream. 7 people? Okay. Well, I had hopes, not because of FOMO, but just pretty much what I've seen on Bitcoin and EOS, and it's printing such a similar pattern, that we were only about halfway through this pump, and that the pump based on Fibonacci time zones was good till about May 20th. It could still be. I wouldn't put it past this to not go much lower than we are right here. We could definitely touch down again at right around where we were last night. At the 0045 level, could do something super sick and go to 0037-ish. I wouldn't put it past that. Anything's possible in crypto, and that's what I want everybody to realize, that it wouldn't surprise me to be at 003. Wouldn't surprise me to wake up tomorrow at, approaching 1 penny. And that's the swings that are possible with this, and right now it's a damn gamble. And anybody else that tells you anything else is lying, at least at this moment in time. At this moment in time, this is a hardcore 50-50. And I would even say on Bitcoin, I guess it depends on. Bitcoin correlates pretty awesomely to the S&P, U.S. markets, and who knows what's going to happen tomorrow or Monday? What kind of news is coming out? This could be complete bullshit. This could just be like, let's just dump this before the halving. Or this could be what I have said for a long time, like, where's all the new money coming from that's going to put crypto up. I don't see it. I mean, my friends aren't talking to me yet. I can tell you that much. Not about crypto. I've been begging him to get into Hex since it launched. You should buy this. Hey, look at this chart. Just went 100 plus X. Oh shit, do you think it's too late to get in? No, but probably gonna dump a little bit at least. So he'll have a good shot at buying more. Might not, though. He's like 100-hour, 101-hour moving average, and the 77. I don't know, the way these things are kind of converging. This could easily just on a 45-degree angle, depending on how you have your chart set up, just climb itself right back to that all-time high that we hit earlier. And I wouldn't put it past it, actually. I guess we probably won't really have a deciding point until, yeah, the 11th, roughly. That's just kind of when two averages come together. Those are normally kind of convergence points of energy. Yeah. So, does Debbie, all right, you got some questions. I didn't even realize I could stake Hex by. No, that is correct. You can do that. She's asking if she can stake her Hex from a different address. Yeah. The whole Go Hex win. That whole site could go down, and you can still access everything through Etherscan. It's decentralized. There's no shut-off point, at least that I'm aware of. And it was audited, so I don't know. That's not my forte. I'm not a programmer. I could look at the code and it wouldn't mean shit to me. So, I do appreciate that Richard is at least putting out there that it's audited, and I'm crossing my fingers that some of the other people are at least looking at the code. There was probably that one guy that was on his stream. He had that big ass beard. I don't know. It seemed like he knew what he was talking about. At least on the program, I'm not a coder. If you are, let me know. What are you reading? I read charts though. Chart's pretty rad. I'd be stoked if it pumped to 0.01, which then I think it would just really jackhammer for the next 2 weeks, and we would see over 1 penny, over 2 pennies, probably close to 5 pennies, and then it would just fucking get destroyed after that. But yeah, I'm kind of still expecting a blow off top. I'm tempted to buy more. To be honest with you, depends how the next few hours play out, because there's no set exactly what this could do. I mean, shit, we could be at 0.004 within minutes. I have no idea. And I want to say that Bitcoin, it does control a lot of the markets, and for people to say that there's no correlation with it, get your head twisted. People have said that time and time over again. Oh, this isn't correlated. This isn't correlated, and fucking sure as shit. Or it's not correlated. It's not correlated. It's not correlated, and then Bitcoin does something different, and then it flops, and you think that it followed this pattern 2 or 3 times over. It's going to do it again, and then it changes, and you're wrecked. So Anyways, I would love to see a few things built on top of Hex, and I think we should talk about those. Like things that would really make for more pumpamentals. A margin trading platform would, when something can easily just go 100x, like, do you know how wrecked traders on both sides of that would be? On both sides of that, because if you're margin trading and you're long and you're 3 or 4 or 5x, and depending on the site, if you're a psychopath, 20, 50 or more, if you just like losing all your money. But yeah, like if you're decently smart and you're 1, 2, 3x, yeah, and something blows up 20x in a week, you're selling and then you're buying back higher, and you'll get into that, and you'll be making all this money because you'll be buying back and it's still going up, and then you'll say, oh, you know what, I'll buy this next dip lower than when I was buying, and it'll work out even better, and you'll buy it, and then it's just you'll just be fucking foobar. So don't do that. But it will create mass influx because it's gambling. People like to gamble. Shit, I like to go play cards. I live 25 minutes from Mohegan and Foxwoods. I don't mind going there. It's fun, but it is gambling. So is margin trading. It's straight up gambling. Any kind of trading is really gambling. But just like at a casino, there's better gamblers than other, and there's also, that one guy at the poker table that sits, doesn't do jack shit, plays tight, plays 4 hands in 12 hours. Those are the traders that are buying when things are wrecked 90% off 3 times over. And then they'll just sit there and they'll just wait. They make tons of fucking money. But not all of them are winners, you could just stay wrecked forever. Shit, Steam could just stay wrecked forever. Fuck. I don't really have much money in there. Most of my money's in Hex. At least in crypto, that is. Most of my money's in property. Okay. And antiques. That's funny. Kind of like Richard. That's funny. That piano is like 123 years old. Still gets played every day and sounds amazing. All right. I don't really know what else to talk about. Does anybody else got anything to talk about? Anybody else even on here? I don't know. I still think Hex is going to blow up. I mean, these dumps on the other cryptos, they're just so suspect. The halving right coming around the corner. But the halving was always so fucking suspect to me as well. Like it was talked about. It's just been talked about like a done deal. Crypto is going to blow up and it's going to go fucking 1,000x, and people like literally fucking people are advertising the halving. Is that not a buy the rumor, sell the news event, just like CME? Is that not an easy catalyst to have people just dump hard, especially during pandemics and all this bullshit? And it's I don't want to get into all that. I was going to talk conspiracy theories for a second. People can come to Discord, help them with questions. North Crow. Yep, Debbie. Got you. An ad. Having ad. Yep. Exactly. Like what? It's shills trying to get rid of their bags because, like, does the having? Yes, it's happened, and this is what I was just talking to. Yeah, the having has produced pumps before. Yes, 2 times over. Yeah, you would expect it to do it again, right? Repeat the past. Seems really suspect, especially when there's millions of people that are out of work. The the only way I could see it is if it's not retail, if it's not regular people that are getting in, and it's fucking massive investors that are trying to get out of the stock market. That I don't think the stock market's going to go that way. I think there'll be a runaway print. Everything's going to blow up. The dollar's going to blow up too, though. I mean, not just the epidemic. It's not just that. It's just the way we moved up from 3K the first time was hands down inorganic, no dips. It like fucked volume. It was weird. The whole thing was weird. I said it the whole time. Every person that had any kind of TA experience was like, "This is fucking weird. It just looks weird." I have a feeling that if the halving is going to pump it, then the swings on Bitcoin will be in the tens of thousands, possible in one day. The swings when Bitcoin was sub sub $10, swings were $1. Well, that's a massive swing if something's $10. $1, that's huge. In the last cycle, the swings were $1,000 in a day. Cycle before that, at the Mt. Gox top, cycles were $100, $200 in a day. Could we be headed for $10,000 swings in one day? That's totally possible. Can you imagine that? $10,000 swing in like a fucking day? I know it sounds crazy, but if there's runaway printing across most of the world, it doesn't seem that crazy. Do I not recommend owning Bitcoin? No, I mean, owning Bitcoin is not a bad thing. I saw that Hex had a potential to destroy Bitcoin if it was, Hex versus Bitcoin. So that's why I moved most of my crypto holdings into Hex. But no, I still own Bitcoin. I still own some Ethereum for the most part. Just little amounts though, not much. Not much at all. When you're buying something that's sub 1 Satoshi, I mean, it's like a Dogecoin story, fucking 1 sat goes up at all. It's just you're just straight making multiples off the bat. That's it. Can you name another market? Could you? I can't. Where you can buy something for basically nothing. But I mean, it's basically given to you for free. Shit, that's basically what happened with the oil futures just 2 weeks ago. My God, if you had a big ass oil container, you would have been paid to take oil. So, I mean, anything can happen. That's what I also think it's funny that Richard always brings it up where he's like, oh, this is a fucking scam. That's a fucking scam. And it's like, dude, I'm kind of with you, man. Oil can go down by more than 100%, can go into negative territory, down $37 negative dollars. Well, they will pay you $37 a barrel to take it. Is that a scam? I actually think oil is fucking a huge scam. It should be pennies on a dollar. But yeah. All right. Anybody else got any questions? I gotta do something about these live streams. Gotta hype them up, maybe. I don't have time for it. At this moment in time, I would say Hex is going to retest that low. Current probability right now. On a low time frame, at least. Just back out a little bit here. I don't know, it's hard to tell right now. The chart needs to develop. All right, I'm off of this. Later, guys.